Hi everybody. So I'm reviewing the code for one of the assignments, the Guess the Number game. So for this assignment, I was asked the question, uh, my code isn't working if they guess on the third try. So I thought I could review this and make a video so that everyone can get some review and see what the problem is here. So I'll give the name K. It asks me to think of a number between 1 and 20. I will give one number bigger than the guess size. So it's working correctly. I will guess the number 9. It's working correctly. I'll give my next guess as 10. So 3 guesses are up. The number was 10. So I guessed on the third attempt, but it's still telling me that I have not guessed the number. So I looked at the code, and I saw this line. So it looks like you are initializing a variable n to 0. On the next line you are increasing n by 1. There is no need for this, because if you are just doing this, this is the same as starting the number with 1, because you started n with 0 and incremented it on the next line. So this means that it is almost the same as if you started with 1. So n equals 0 is correct. You don't need to have this thing. The second thing I saw in this code is that in the while loop you have if guess is greater than num, elif guess is less than num, which is correct. Third, guess is equal to num. The main problem is that you have an if n is greater than or equal to 3. But your while loop is already going from 0 to 3, which means that it will always run when n is less than 1. In each iteration, n is incremented by 1. So if you have the while loop, this whole if is not required. You are already including this whole condition here in the while loop, so you don't need this if statement. If you remove this, and if you try Control S, save, and run it, you'll see what happens. Okay, I'm just giving a number. Again, I'm thinking of some number and putting it into this. So let's say 11. 11 is too high. Let's say 9. 9 is too low. I'll say 10. 10 is correct. You guessed it in 2 attempts. It should have told me that this guess is correct and that I guessed it in 3 attempts. So instead of saying you guessed it in n-1 attempts, you should be saying n because this was my first attempt, second attempt, and third attempt. So here you should not say n-1 but n. Again, I'll say Control S and F5. I'll give it a name, Remen. I'll say 11. I'll say 9. I'll say 10. And it guessed it in 3 attempts. Yep, that's correct. So I fixed the number. So if you saw this line, you can delete this, you don't need it. And the last if statement you don't need as well. You are doing n-1. I don't know why you are doing this for n-1, but it should be n because you guessed exactly the number, like the number of times. You guessed it in that many attempts. So once you do that, you're done, and your code is working now. So hopefully this review will help everyone else. And also, I can remove this comment. So thank you everyone.